Welcome to a brief exploration of the G20 Summit, a pivotal event in the global context. The G20, or Group of 20, serves as a unique forum where the world's major economies come together to discuss pressing international issues. Its role in shaping global economic policies cannot be overstated. Comprised of 19 countries and the European Union, the G20 represents a significant portion of the world's economic power and population. These countries include the likes of Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Germany, France, India, and others. The presidency of the G20 rotates annually, and this year it is held by the vibrant nation of India. The G20 Summit is not just a meeting, but a year-long process of ministerial meetings, working groups, and engagement groups, culminating in the Leaders' Summit. As we delve into the 2023 G20 Summit, held in New Delhi, India, we'll discover how this year's theme, One Earth, One Family, One Future, is being interpreted and applied. The 2023 G20 Summit was a whirlwind of dialogues, negotiations, and decisions. The journey to the summit was a year-long process, beginning with a series of preparatory ministerial meetings, working groups, and engagement groups. These preliminary meetings laid the groundwork for the high-level discussions that were to take place at the actual summit. The ministerial meetings were the first step in the process. Here, ministers from the G20 nations gathered to discuss and negotiate on various issues. They established the agenda for the summit, identifying key issues and challenges that needed to be addressed. These meetings were essential in setting the tone for the discussions that were to follow. Next came the working groups. These groups were tasked with diving deeper into specific areas of interest. They were composed of experts from various fields and were responsible for exploring a wide range of topics. In 2023, the working groups focused on several tracks, including agriculture, anti-corruption, culture, digital economy, disaster risk reduction, development, education, employment, environment and climate sustainability, energy transitions, health, trade and investment, and tourism. The working groups played a crucial role in informing the discussions at the summit. They provided valuable insights and recommendations on their respective topics, contributing to the formulation of the summit's agenda and the drafting of the Leaders' Declaration. In parallel with the working groups, the engagement groups were also in action. These groups represented various sectors of society, including business, labor, science, and civil society. They provided a platform for these sectors to voice their concerns and contribute to the discussions. The engagement groups ensured that the voices of a wide range of stakeholders were heard and considered in the decision-making process. As the summit approached, the high-level discussions began. Leaders from the G20 nations gathered in New Delhi, India, to discuss and negotiate on the issues that had been identified in the preparatory meetings. These discussions were intense and complex, reflecting the diverse interests and perspectives of the participating nations. Throughout the discussions, the theme of the summit, One Earth, One Family, One Future, was a constant reminder of the interconnectedness of our world and the shared responsibility of the G20 nations in addressing global challenges. The Indian presidency also spotlighted lifestyle for environment, life, emphasizing the importance of making environmentally sustainable and responsible choices at both the individual and national level. After days of intense discussions and negotiations, the summit culminated in the adoption of the Leaders' Declaration. This declaration represented the leaders' commitment towards the priorities discussed throughout the event. It reflected the consensus reached on various issues and outlined the future course of action for the G20 nations. The summit was a testament to the power of dialogue and cooperation in addressing global challenges. It demonstrated the commitment of the G20 nations to work together towards a cleaner, greener, and bluer future. The 2023 G20 Summit was indeed a whirlwind of dialogues, negotiations, and decisions. And yet, It was just the beginning of a journey towards a more sustainable and inclusive world. The summit culminated in the adoption of the Leaders' Declaration, a representation of the leaders' commitment towards the priorities discussed throughout the event. The 2023 G20 Summit was a landmark event with several key takeaways that will shape our future. Under the Indian presidency, the summit's theme, One Earth, One Family, One Future, resonated powerfully, affirming the value of every life form and their interconnectedness on our planet. The summit's focus was on lifestyle for environment or life. This concept, spotlighted by India, places significant emphasis on environmentally sustainable and responsible choices. The idea is to influence individual lifestyles and national development towards a cleaner, greener, and bluer future. A key takeaway from the summit was the agreement that every decision we make, from the food we eat to the means of transportation we choose, has a profound impact on our environment. The leaders acknowledged that a shift towards a more sustainable lifestyle is not just a personal choice, but a global necessity. The summit also saw a broad spectrum of discussions spanning various sectors such as agriculture, anti-corruption, culture, digital economy, disaster risk reduction, development, education, employment, environment and climate sustainability, energy transitions, health, trade and investment, and tourism. The leaders concurred that tackling environmental challenges requires a comprehensive approach, addressing issues across all these sectors. A leaders' declaration was adopted at the conclusion of the summit, stating the leaders' commitment to the priorities discussed. This document signifies a unified approach towards achieving a sustainable future. It is expected to guide policies and actions, not just for the G20 nations, but globally. The G20 Summit 2023 was also a testament to India's growing influence on the global stage. As the president of the G20 from December 1st, 2022 to November 30th, 2023, India demonstrated its commitment to environmental sustainability, setting an example for other nations to follow. The 2023 G20 Summit, under the Indian presidency, left an indelible mark on the international community, reaffirming the interconnectedness of all life on Earth and our collective responsibility towards our planet. The G20 Summit is more than just an event. It's a testament to global cooperation. It's a gathering of leaders from 20 of the world's most influential economies coming together to discuss, debate, and shape the future of our planet. The 2023 G20 Summit, held in the vibrant city of New Delhi, India, was no exception. Its focus on One Earth, One Family, One Future, and the Lifestyle for Environment Life initiative underscored the urgent need for environmental sustainability and responsible choices at every level, from the individual to the national. The decisions made during this summit will undoubtedly influence global policies and practices in the years to come, affecting everything from agriculture and anti-corruption efforts to climate sustainability and energy transitions. As we wrap up our overview of the 2023 G20 Summit, we are reminded of our interconnectedness and collective responsibility. Until next time, keep informed, stay engaged, and remember, we are one Earth, one family, one future.